We're mammals, bigger than some other animals and plants, but smaller than many. The early mammals that we evolved from were smaller than most other creatures. Our ancestors were food to lots of other animals. The reason we're here today is because our ancestors wanted to live. They found ways to stay alive and to raise babies, despite harsh weather, despite the difficulties of finding food, despite the challenges of avoiding predators, despite infections and sickness. Every plant and animal has the drive to stay alive and to reproduce. Because being alive is better than being eaten or dying. At least we can tell with our own senses what being alive is like, and it can be a lot of fun. Whereas no plant or animal that's ever been eaten or died has ever come back to tell us if the experience of dying was more fun than being alive or not. Being eaten sure doesn't look like fun, in any case. So our ancestors found ways to live. Turns out, every living thing strives to live and to reproduce. Each plant or animal has its own way of reproducing. Some very small animals clone themselves. Some animals create hundreds or thousands of babies knowing that most will get eaten, but at least a few will survive. Flowering plants and trees send out millions of pollen particles, only some of which connect with the flowers of another plant to germinate into seeds. Mammals, like us, have our own way of reproducing. We don't make hundreds or thousands of babies and send them out to survive on their own. Mammals only have a small number of babies, and we take care of them. Humans, in particular, are special among mammals. We spend the longest time raising our young of any animals. That's because humans aren't naturally equipped with scales or body armor, or lightning-fast speed, or sharp fangs or long claws. Human babies need a long time to develop and to become adults that can survive on their own. If our survival only came down to speed, strength, and sharpness, we would probably not make it. But we have a special superpower that other living things do not have. We have intelligent brains that are unique among all of Earth's plants and animals. Humans are patient, and we're able to think about situations before they actually happen. That lets us outsmart predators and prepare for future challenges by making plans. We're willing to plant seeds, patiently water and care for plants, until the time is right to harvest. We're able to make tools and think of ways to make our tools better and better over time. Tools for hunting, tools for carrying, tools for making life better and easier. If you had to dig a hole, would you rather do it with your hands and feet or with a shovel? If you had to get from here to San Francisco, would you rather walk or ride in a car? And we are able to communicate with other humans with language. So we can talk with each other to share our feelings and desires. Groups of humans can work together without getting in each other's way. We can write things down so that others can learn from our experiences today or many years from now. Unlike any other animals, we can store our knowledge in books and computers so that all other human beings can benefit from them. All of these things make humans unique on Earth. Despite being slow and only middle-sized and having unprotected skin, we've managed to survive and thrive on Earth. We have the longest lifespans of just about any mammal. What makes us special is our patience, persistence, and our ability to think about a situation to come up with the right thing to do. The world is big, and there are lots of animals, plants, and forces that are much more powerful than a human being out there. But with our brainy superpower, we're able to survive and live happy lives. That's why our family priorities are the way they are. We set up our priorities for kids in our family to help us survive and live happy lives. Safety, health, manners, work, fun. Safety is first because it doesn't take much for a small human to get pretty seriously hurt. Each human family doesn't have that many babies compared to other animal families, so every human is precious to us. We don't want our kids to get seriously hurt, and so we think about safety first in everything we do. In prehistoric times, human beings would have to look out for predators that hunted humans. In modern times, there aren't saber-toothed tigers roaming around, but we still do need to keep our eyes and ears open to be careful about things that could physically hurt us. We avoid things and actions that could permanently hurt eyes, fingers, toes, elbows, knees, and other important body parts. We use our human brains to think about a situation before jumping into it to see if there might be a possibility of getting hurt. That way we can stay safe and avoid cuts, scratches, and burns. Health is important because healthy habits like staying clean, avoiding infections, eating nutritious food, getting enough sleep, and being physically fit will help us survive. Even if we are physically safe from predators and hazards, an unseen infection or disease could shorten a human's life. Other animals are not intelligent enough to understand and avoid the causes of infections, disease, and stress. But modern humans know the importance of healthy habits. We know that even things that we can't see can still be dangerous to us. So we use that knowledge to stay healthy and survive longer than other animals do. Manners are important because getting along well with other humans is an important and special skill that humans have. Other animals fight over food. They don't care how other animals feel. If you have sharp claws, tough body armor, and you live by yourself, then maybe you don't need to care if other animals like you or not. But humans are soft and vulnerable. We don't have fangs and claws or armor. We survive because we're able to work together in groups and communicate well with other humans. So manners are very important to make sure that we don't annoy other people around us. The interesting thing about manners is that in order to have good manners, you need to think about how other people think or feel when we do certain things. It may feel very satisfying to yourself if you chew loudly and smack your lips when eating something yummy, but it's loud, distracting, and attracts jealous attention from people around you. It may feel good to quickly grab something that looks interesting to you so that you can have it for yourself, but the person who was holding it before definitely won't like that. A person with good manners will actually do some things that may be against their own personal desires in order to be nice to the people around them. Manners are uniquely human behavior because they require enough intelligence to think about how a situation might look or feel to someone other than yourself. That's called empathy, being able to sense how someone would feel in a situation. And that's something that most scientists agree that human beings are uniquely able to do. That means manners are not only an important part of surviving, but they're also a way to show just how human you really are. We prioritize work next because work is about putting in time and effort to get things you want. Every animal and plant needs to exert energy in order to gather resources to survive. For animals, that means spending time and energy to hunt, graze, find water, finding or building shelter from sun and rain, etc. For plants, that means spending time to put out roots, absorb water, soak up sun rays, combine water and air to turn them into energy. No matter what, every living thing needs to work in order to keep living. Human beings may work in different ways than other animals and plants, but we still all need to work every day in order to gather resources to survive. In ancient times, human beings would work by going out every morning to gather nuts, hunt animals, or harvest plants in order to have something to eat each evening. A person who didn't put in hours of work in the morning would have nothing to eat that evening. Hard work is important for a human to be able to feed himself or herself and his or her family. Just as important, humans who show that they're able to work really hard are demonstrating to the other people around them that they're able to be good, productive team members. Remember, humans live and survive best in groups. And when people form groups, the most productive humans get chosen to be part of the group first. Over time, the humans who proved themselves to be the most productive and best team members usually attracted other humans to be part of their group, and so they tended to survive and live happier lives than others. Imagine a person who's smart and capable, but is not a hard worker. While other people are hard at work gathering food and hunting, this person is playing silly games in the fields, having a fun time. When nighttime comes, everyone gathers back together again to share the food that they have gathered during the day. How willing do you think everyone will be to share with the person who's not really worked hard during the day? And let's say that the people are choosing groups to go find a new place to live. Would a group want the person who just played games to come with them? Or would they rather leave them behind? Nowadays, most humans in our society no longer have to work directly on gathering food anymore. Over time, humans invented better and better tools to be able to gather food. We have machines that plant seeds and harvest crops. We have ranches and farms that produce meat and eggs. But hard work is still just as important today as it was back when we first evolved. Today, work comes in many forms, not just gathering food. Human beings have found many new ways to work and to show other people how productive and valuable they can be. A modern city has many jobs that need to be done in order to keep society running. Someone needs to be a doctor. Someone needs to be an engineer. Someone needs to pick up the garbage. Someone needs to police the streets. There are thousands of jobs that need to be done. Each job is a way for a human being to work and be a productive part of a big team that makes the city work smoothly. every job needs to be done on time, the right way, or else other parts of the city break down. Imagine if a garbage collector doesn't work hard, then garbage piles up, and maybe that spreads germs that make more people sick. So too many people end up at the hospital, and the doctors can't handle that many new patients. The doctor may not have known that their life was connected to the garbage collector, but it turns out that way. In modern life, everyone is connected together by their jobs. And so everyone in the city really needs other people to work hard in their jobs. If a person doesn't work hard, lots of other people could be affected. Just like in ancient times, the humans who work hard will get to be part of the team that gets the resources to survive. All of this survival business sounds like pretty serious stuff. It is about life and death after all. But now we get to fun. Fun is another way of saying enjoy life. That's really why we want to survive and live a long life, to enjoy it. Fun really shouldn't be at the bottom of the list. It should actually be at the top of a pyramid. Fun, work, manners, health, safety. We start from the bottom and build up to the top. When we have built a foundation of the lower layers, we're safe and sound. We're together in groups of people, and we have worked to gather the resources we need to live. Then we're now ready to enjoy life. In ancient times, the options for fun were limited to pretty much just the places, things, and people that were within walking distance. But now, in modern times, we have airplanes that can carry us anywhere on Earth within a single day. We have communication networks that let us talk with any other connected human being on the planet. We have computers and applications that let us create and play in virtual spaces that are limited only by our imagination. We have thousands of years of history and knowledge accumulated to explore. We have the tools and technology to examine more fields of art and science than a person could possibly go into in a lifetime. We even have rockets and space stations that can carry us into space and off of this Earth entirely. So, the meaning of fun is so much broader, and the ways to enjoy life are so numerous today that the amount of fun can be more than all the effort put into safety, health, manners, and work combined. The modern ways to have fun make it all more than worthwhile. And things are only getting better from here. With more hard work, human beings will bring other planets and stars within reach. With more bright ideas, if humans could live longer lives, then that would give everyone even more time to reap the rewards of their efforts. As humans become more advanced and live longer lives, we all have even bigger motivation to take care of safety, health, manners, and to work hard. Because the more humans there are, the more we grow to rely on each other. The longer each human lifetime becomes on this Earth, the more carefully we need to protect it and each other. The bigger our imaginations get, the further we'll explore beyond Earth and into the universe. This is what makes us human. And this understanding of human nature is why our Lee family priorities are the way they are. It makes us better humans.